All right. Finally, welcome back to our D&D session. Episode 24, 23. Which episode is this? This is episode 24, chapter 12. The Rosegarden tournament. This one is titled Head to Head Part 1. We're going to begin our Rosegarden tournament festivities. Last session, you guys were successful in obtaining another piece to the puzzle in regards to repairing the crystal. You guys got the blood of a human king spilled while still alive, meaning you didn't kill the king to get the blood. You got 2 vials of it. Kahir took the straightforward approach and was just like, hey, you're kind of noble. I'm on a quest. He didn't really give any specifics, but was like, I need your blood. And the king was like, absolutely. Done. Easy. Whereas Tofu and the rest of the group kind of did a little bit more sneakily. Tofu went invisible ×2, meaning greater invisibility, a Kaioken kind of thing. No, he went greater invisibility, snuck up, and basically pricked the finger or pricked the hand of the king, and also drew some blood. Tofu was very tempted to taste it, but I think he refused and didn't do it. Then you guys were introduced to the thousands in attendance at the Rosegarden arena, along with the rest of the fighters. You guys got a little bit of an introduction to each fighter. Valence, you actually did get some more information than the rest in regards to prior to the announcement, where you met with Pilth, and Pilth gave you some information about himself. Some information about Tom Corvus and his prior party. I believe they called themselves the Hunters, who had basically investigated the weird things happening in Terra. Way before this whole thing with the crystals, they were like the keepers, but they weren't keepers, right? They were just defenders of Terra, basically. In regards to like the supernatural and weird things that are happening throughout Terra prior to this cataclysm or this merging of 2 worlds. He revealed to himself or to you that he's also an Aasimar. So you got some more information there, and he unlocked the last portion of your powers that he was able to assist you with. You know, pulling forth that celestial power from yourself, showing you a little bit of the past and the present, along with a little bit of the future, which you had already gotten visions from the crystals about. Same thing happened to Thorin. Thorin went to the church again, meditated with his crystal, and drew forth his, I guess you would call it his ancestral powers, his true elven nature of embracing the full capabilities of his arcane powers, which he had. You could say he kind of sealed it away, but it was more like he was hiding himself from the rest of the world while he was traveling around searching for his brother, not revealing that he was a prince or that he was this actual being of importance in the world of Niflheim. So it seems like some unlocks have happened for some of our characters. Tofu's character, Orpheus, also learned about his past. His childhood, his parents or his mother specifically, and some strange things are now connecting when it comes to the current main, villain or antagonist, Merkel, and how it relates to Orpheus and the rest of the group. So we're going to bring you guys back in. Essentially what happened is you guys get introduced, and then the crowds kind of dispersed or went towards the betting booths. Everyone's kind of partying now. This is literally day 1 of festivities. It is extremely crowded in the tournament grounds, which is on the map number 7. And I'll bring you guys over to the map. But you guys are free to do what you want. You are free today. The tournament does start tomorrow morning around, I think they said 9:30, 10 a.m. Valence, your first match will start. Kahir, your match is scheduled for the afternoon that same day. You guys are on opposite sides of the bracket at the moment. Valence, the additional information that you got pertains to your next fight. Phil did some research and found out a little bit more information, but couldn't find too much in regards to Thrandur from Nocturne, who I believe Thorin had already spoke to you. Thorin is now going by Eolindel, by the way. So that's information for everyone. I'm not sure if Radix, you spoke to the party already about that, but probably something to talk about as well. But Valance, the information you got is that Thrandur is essentially, I mean, you've done dealings with bards, and you've seen a little bit of what bards can do in regards to magics, usually through their instruments. However, Pilth explains that Thrandur, your opponent, is more of a blade type of bard. He hones his melodies and rhythms into his blade rather than an instrument. Just as a hint as to what you may be coming up against tomorrow.
Break his blade. Got it.
Or disarm, something in regards to his blade. He doesn't wield a shield. He only wields a long blade in one hand, and that's it. Okay. So that should tell you something. But again, you guys are free to do whatever you want. You are currently near the tournament grounds. You guys all met back up. Thorin, Orpheus, and Traherne, along with Spindle, met back up with Valance and Kahir after you guys were ushered back out of the gates, where you were, being held with the rest of the contestants. You guys were, allowed to leave, and the crowds again are pushing in all different directions. Some heading towards number 10, which is like the local tavern named Thorn's Tavern. Some are heading to the betting grounds, which are within the tournament grounds, and some are rushing over to number 15. Sorry, not 15. Number 8, which is the trading district, maybe to beat the crowds over there to start betting. The lines are quite large. You guys witnessed that yesterday. So this is probably the most popular time of the year, Valance, for Rosegarden Kingdom. You're quite familiar with this. Usually you're not sent on missions during this time. Everyone's kind of kept home to kind of guard and make sure everything's going on or going about in a safe way. Usually the guard is pulled back to continue to watch over the tournament and things like that.
Yeah. All right. I think I've gotten any shopping and stuff done that I wanted to do.
You haven't, or you had?
I have. I think.
You have. You received some new shiny pieces to your armor. You also purchased a trinket. I believe it's a cloak or some sort.
Yeah.
Which you should have added to your character sheet. I don't know if we actually added like the properties of all that stuff. You did. Currently, I just have you guys on the world map, but you can always bring him out whenever he's supposed to be out. I'm just going to reduce his character model size.
There's a giant spider attacking the village.
Hearn, just think of him like Pikachu. He's always out of his Pokeball whenever you want him to be.
Ah!
So again, it is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You guys did get breakfast prior at the Evan Rose Legion. But again, it is quite late. You guys probably are starting to miss lunch. Kahir's probably itching maybe to head over to the water, maybe to go fishing. There's quite a lot to do here, and it is quite a large area. So you guys are free for the rest of the afternoon. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Kahir wants to go to the docks up there by number 8 and just kind of do some fishing and talk to some locals.
You can definitely do so. Again, it is quite crowded in that area, but closer towards the docks, it looks like all the people that were arriving have arrived from their voyage. So it's not like there's a line from people docking and coming off of the docks. It looks like everyone had arrived already, so you can definitely head over there. You probably scoped it out prior when you guys were going shopping. but didn't really go near the docks. You can go there. I don't have anything in regards to a map, but you can do some rolls if you want to try and do some local fishing and things like that.
Yeah.
Kahir, you are aware of what type of fish and things are in this particular area. You're familiar with the all the different types of seas. When it comes to Terra, you're back in Terra. However, you've only been to this portion, which is the northeast of Terra, every so often. I think we said once or twice a year you would make a pilgrimage, go and see, all the different sites when it comes to your history and your ancestors' pilgrimages. But you are aware of what type of fishing, what type of angling you could do out here. So if you're looking for any type of specific fish, or if you're looking for trophy fish, if you're trying to get your personal best, let me know what you're exactly trying to do when you head out there. But again, guys are free. Just do whatever you want.
I'd want to. What kind of people are at the docks at the moment? Is there any like anglers trying to catch fish in this area? Are they like more towards the coast outside the city? Like, I would probably ask around like where would be the best fishing for, say, trophy or
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
as
like
as
more.
you're maybe like thinking to yourself, maybe like reaching for your angling stuff, your hooks and your rod, you give me a perception check. See if you can spot anyone, maybe with like a fishing rod or that you can ask. I have no idea where I put my dice, so I'm just going to do a roll on screen then. Unfortunately, you don't see. Again, it is quite crowded around the tournament area. You don't necessarily see anyone that you can talk to. You don't see anyone that looks like they would be well versed in fishing. Probably if you went closer towards the docks, if you go right to head that way, you might,
Yeah, I'll head
X
I'll
one
head
of the.
to 8 and see from there because I was also thinking outside the city, some of the docks where it's maybe not so much traffic, boat traffic, but definitely want to. I'll head up to 8 and maybe talk to some people up there too. I'm looking for something that I can kind of maybe catch a big fish or a big nice trophy fish to kind of show off to the crowds in the area. So I want it to be kind of crowded so people can see it and maybe sell it to a local merchant and just kind of get that the crowd and the people that's going to the tournament kind of hyped for me.
Sure. So yeah, you can head over to the trading district. You're gonna walk a little bit past, and then roll me another perception check. This time with advantage, since you are near the docks, trying to maybe locate maybe a dock master.
That'll
Or
work.
yeah, even if I roll a d20, yeah, you definitely spot quite a few dock masters, quite a few fishermen. You actually see a fishing boat that just docked with some fishermen coming off, some nets full of fish. So you can grab one of them if you would like, and then I'll come back to you in a moment. I just want to get a survey of what everyone else is doing. It looks like Valence is heading to the visitors' keep. The visitors' keep is where Valence, the rest of the contestants are staying.
Oh,
It's
is that
like
what? Okay.
it's like the common grounds for visitors. Normally, when it's not tournament time, this would be where people can come and pay some gold if they don't want to stay necessarily in a tavern. Um, Usually, more noble people or people from the Western Hemisphere, when they come to visit Rosegarden, will stay at the visitors' quarters. It's much closer to the actual cathedrals. So usually, more noble or people with more coin will stay in the visitors' keep rather than staying at a tavern. Yeah, you guys can survey around. Valence is probably checking out some of the destruction,
Yeah, that's
walking
kind of
along
my intent.
the it's more like a wooden wall that's been put up, but you can very easily kind of slip past and like survey some of the destruction and things like that. Sure, and where are you heading to? Just taking a walk along the gardens. You do not. I think what you're specifically looking for is a golden rose, which I think you would have to probably. You know what? Give me a perception check. 16. You see literally every other color rose except yellow or gold. You're not sure exactly what you're looking for. You were told possibly someone, within the Rosegarden Kingdom would probably have more information on it. But I don't think you exclusively asked about it yet. But looking around, you see like pink roses, red roses, white roses. You see all different colors. This is Rosegarden Kingdom. A lot of the gardens, especially near the Holy Rose Cathedral, is populated with rose fields or rose bushes. There's everything is roses here, especially in the northern part of Rosegarden Kingdom. Looking around again, no yellow or golden colored, nothing that would stand out as like maybe a statue in a gold rose or anything like that. The only golden rose thing that you can remember is the actual knights themselves. There is a golden rose the golden rose legion. It's the only thing that really rings out to you at the moment. And Orpheus, you're joining Traherne in his stroll through the gardens. His black cat. Hey, Lindo, what are you up to?
I'm just like strutting through town, walking the streets.
Roll me a perception check as you pass the docks. As it seems everyone just kind of splits up. Valence heading west, Traherne and Orpheus headed north, Kahir headed east. You very easily spot Kahir in the crowd, heading towards the docks as you're passing.
Got this
To the left, you very prominently see a couple of Rosegarden Knights standing in front of a building. Give me a I guess that I'll use that perception check. With the 14, you can pretty much discern that this is like a prison or a jail cell type of place where they would hold either perpetrators of stuff. Some guards maybe letting out a couple of drunken people, maybe people who had too much to drink and they held them for the night. You can see them letting some people out in the same clothes maybe they were wearing last night. All right, let's circle back to Kahir. Kahir, in front of you, again, quite a few couple of fishermen hop off their boat, start to tie up their rope onto the I forget what it's called, but the T-looking shapes in the cement. They start to wrap up their bows or whatever it is, and they look over towards you. They notice the rod on your back. Looking for work? Yeah, you.
More like pleasure. Looking. Want to catch me a nice trophy fish before the fights tomorrow. Something that I can parade around the market with.
Well, you can fish off the dock. Glassfoot over here is one of our best. If you can get a fish heavier than him before the sun sets, think maybe we can make a wager? How good do you think you can reel in the biggest fish?
Oh, my friend. You jest. No, me not worried about that.
Well,
We can fight the biggest.
I got 50 gold and Mr. Glassfoot over here can reel in the bigger one.
Me like that wager. Me take that on. Before sunset, you say?
Indeed.
No. we gotta make this fair. Where's Mr. Glassfoot fishing from? Me fish where he
Again,
fish.
a very small human steps out from behind this guy. This guy's quite large. You look down at his foot, and he literally has a glass type of foot. You're not too sure what this is. It's clear. It looks metal at the top, and it looks like it's attached to his knee. No idea what the hell this guy is, but he looks human. Quite short, a little stouty, but not as stouty as like a dwarf. You've met quite a few dwarves at this point. Doesn't look like a dwarf. Just looks like a smaller version of a human. He steps out. Hi, so you're the one that's supposed to catch the bigger fish?
Yes. And I take it you're Mr. Glassfoot.
That's me. You can call me Glasser.
Well, Glasser, for this wager to take place, where shall we fish?
Right over here. He points over to the western or easternmost port of the docks. There is actually a little buoy set out, or not a buoy, like a cabana almost, where usually locals will come and fish off of. Again, most of the fish in Rosegarden Kingdom is caught by their fishermen that go out and drag nets. But there is quite a few fishing tournaments that do happen here. Mr. Glassfoot does explain to you. And majority of them, either they'll set out on a double or a single rowboat and go fishing, or they would, do it directly off of there. It's not usually this time of season because the season is now the Rosegarden tournament. But he seems quite confident. He gives like a sly look to you, and begins pulling out a rod from the boat. The rod is black in color, but very curved.
It's an
As he
interesting rod you've got there.
kind of ushers you to follow. You can see many different baits on his belt. Seems like he hangs off a whole bunch of them. Do you have your own bait or something that you can use?
Yeah, I got me on bait.
All right,
And I take out my last pouch of gator jerky.
Nice.
And I'm going to start using that at the beginning for the bait.
Yeah, he very quickly glances down as you're opening like a couple pouches and pulling out like this. It is a dried meat, but it is very like gummy compared to like your normal meats. Obviously, alligator is going to be quite gummy. He draws out a very sharp but small knife and hands it over to you. Allows you to, maybe prepare your bait ahead of time while you guys are walking over. And again, he ushers you over to this corner here. And you can start preparing some bait while you guys are setting up maybe a couple of rods and doing that. Back to Valance. Valance again, quite a lot of destruction. Very obvious that it wasn't just one person. It was definitely a person, a demon, maybe other creatures. Definitely something that would fly, as a lot of these structures that stood tall now lay in ruin. Pretty evident that this is probably the dragon and Ulrich, which I believe you guys now all know this vampire demon's name. That laid waste to a good portion, a third of Rosegarden Kingdom.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like observing, going through the wreckage, seeing if like what's still remaining, if there's kind of just feeling out everything to kind of like pump myself up a little bit about the fight coming up.
Yeah, I mean, this would definitely anger you. This is basically your home, right? Although it's not structures that you're normally used to seeing, you were quite familiar with the Crimson Rose Legion HQ, which is what you're standing in front of right now, which has a collapsed roof. Again, the town or the city definitely did a good job of clearing out like the dead bodies and the gruesome things, putting out all the fires, but it is still quite saddening to see, and you definitely feel that within your gut. Give me a perception check as well.
Oh, I closed my what's called music. I was trying to adjust something.
Perception and investigation while you're standing here. You don't notice Traherne kind of sneaking past the wall or maybe looking around. But you do notice on the ground in front of you a small silver coin. Just looks like a silver coin.
Sean, pick it up. Get a better look at it.
Yeah, definitely minted. Possibly to the west. Looks like maybe someone dropped a coin when they were rushing out of here or running from the attack. Maybe something to hold on to remind yourself of the destruction here. It is quite dirty.
I'm gonna probably work on going to clean it up in a minute here.
Traherne, what are you up to as you're passing number 3 on the map, which is the Knights Barracks? It's also the Commonwealth. This is also where the normal guards, which is usually the Golden Rose Knights, but there is quite a few different types of knights now currently staying here, including the Knights of Killahem and the rest of the knights from the Western. They're currently held up here. Yeah, there is absolutely. You can very quickly notice the Golden Rose Knights with their gold and shiny armor. There's quite a few different knights here. Quite a few of them ignore you. There is one in particular that does pay attention. An outsider. Are you one of the party members that came back with Sir Valence? Yeah, give me I guess, perception check. As you get an aroma that crosses your nose. What's the roll? 22? 22. You smell definitely a cup of coffee as the knight reaches behind him, pulls out something, and removes his mask or his helmet. Again, the helmets are very closely related to what Valence's helmet used to look like. I don't know what Valence's helmet currently looks like, but the almost like the T cross slits in his helmet as he begins to remove it. Pretty good looking guy. Short black hair, some stubble on his chin, dark brown eyes. He looks up at you, or looks across to you. The name is Sir Ivik. I'll spell it out in chat for you. Sir Ivik. Again, he is definitely wearing the Golden Rose knight armor. Some of them are more shiny than others. Some of them have full gold plating, but that's usually the more noble occupants of the Golden Rose Knights. Some of them wear more silvers with some trimming of gold. This particular knight definitely has more of that silver trimmings. like in the handout I just posted. As he begins to remove his helmet, he again introduced himself. My name is Sir Ivik. I've lived here my whole life. When I was a boy, I wanted to be a knight, and I just followed my calling. We are a holy place. We're not more of a patriarchy where there's a king or anything like that. We do worship all the gods. Not too sure which one you are a patron to. Lifa definitely is one of my favorite as well. They don't call us Rosegarden Kingdom because we worship, the sun god. We worship Lifa as well. So, we are called the Golden Rose, yes, but the Golden Rose itself is something of ancient times. Our town used to be full of golden roses. There's a reason why the city was named the Rosegarden Legion. But since ancient times, it's been quite rare to see a golden rose. I do not. He grips his helmet and puts it underneath his arm as he takes another swig of coffee. Well, if you're walking around town, shouldn't do so without maybe a guide or a tour. If you like, I can continue walking with you and give you a little bit more history as to the Rosegarden Kingdom. He nods, and you guys begin walking side by side. Again, he goes on to explain, since ancient times, the golden rose, hasn't bloomed. There are stories and legends that the golden rose now blooms more north. And you are quite familiar with what's north, which is the Depths Desert. There's been sightings of something glowing gold in Depths Desert from the Ebon Rose Legion guards that have returned from Valence's company. Again, not too many of them did return. Valence's company was almost all wiped out once Valence was summoned to Color Isle. But this guard begins, or this knight, tells you a little bit more further as to, possibly where the last sighting of a golden rose was seen. And it seems like it's possibly Death's Desert, very close to the volcano. He also goes on to explain that in ancient times, Rosegarden Kingdom never needed artificial lighting, as the golden roses would light up the entire town at night. So it seems like they glow quite a vibrant color. Orpheus, where are you heading? Just walking around, maybe shape-shifting or disguising self into a couple of different things? He refuses very quickly. However, he begins to run towards the docks. He stops and turns to look at you. And begins running again. Okay. Yeah, he heads in the direction of where Kahir went. So if you want to head that way. Aolindo, what are you up to? By the way, Aolindo, you are not permitted to be within the walls of number 6 currently. As you maybe are entering, the gate here, you're very quickly stopped. And you're told that currently the Golden Rose Legion HQ and the Citadel, the Holy Citadel, is currently off limits to visitors at the moment. Usually it is open to visitors as many different tribes and peoples come to pilgrimage to the huge cathedral in the center. However, during the tournament, it is off limits. There are some royalty from the Western Hemisphere that's currently staying here. Some knights and some kings, princes, princesses, so on. You're currently on mute.
Were you talking to me?
Still
No.
muted, Radix.
Test.
Yep,
There
you're
you
good now.
are.
Hear me?
Yeah, but it's quite far.
All right, hang on. How's that? I'll play with the settings.
Good.
I was gonna say, I'd look at the guard and go. So, is it off limits for everyone that's not royalty?
It is currently off limits to anyone that doesn't have a badge to enter. Were you given a badge to enter?
I was not.
Yeah, unfortunately, you are not permitted to enter then.
I will continue trekking along the road. Keep on going south here.
Best guess, Aelindil, give me an intelligence check or a history check, since you are royalty.
Royalty.
Yeah, I mean, you guys do the same thing in Nocturne Kingdom. Anyone that's permitted into your walls are giving usually a token to show to the rest of the guards or people keeping intruders out. Usually you're given some type of token to that the guards would be familiar with. Probably if you had Valance, maybe you'd be permitted in. But probably Valance wouldn't even want to go in there either when there's so many different types of peoples in one place. From the Western Hemisphere, usually it tends to be a lot of high tensions when they come every year. There's usually a lot of arguing. Guards usually go at it with each other. It's probably not a good scene to be. So yeah. That's information for Valance. Mr. Kahir, we come back to you. Give me a perception check very quickly as...
All of us?
No, just Kahir.
Okay.
Slash... from behind you, Kahir, you hear a... Meow.
I know that sound. Bean! Bean, where are you?
And very quickly,
Hey.
you hear, hey! As Orpheus comes running up behind you. As Bean is
Orpheus.
sniffing up towards your alligator meat as you're finishing maybe cutting up your bait.
I'll take
I
a
was-
small piece of the bait and give it to Bean.
I was
Yeah, he
just
very
giving
quickly
him.
gobbles it up.
I was just giving him the pie, and he didn't want it.
That's because I got the good stuff. I mean, what can I say?
I guess he like
Yogi
you.
Bear.
What you doing here?
Yeah, Bean very
Uh,
quickly returns back to you, Orpheus.
I've made a wager. Before the sun sets, I'm going to catch the biggest fish and hold my prize and maybe win some gold.
Oh, how much gold?
50 G's.
Huh. Maybe I can help.
I could always use a cheerleader. Just don't scare the fish.
Ready
Okay.
for the first cast? Mr. Or sorry. That was the other guy. You ready for the first cast?
I am. Are you ready? Do you
Aye.
think you can stand the test of the sea's might?
Indeed, I can. And he reels back and lets out a lure quite far. Definitely reaches a lot deeper than any normal person would at that height and weight. Pretty impressive. And Kahir, you reel back, launch it. Again, your strength score is quite high, so you launch it quite as far, if not farther than this glasser. Do you have something to roll for your fishing? Or would it just be like proficiency and things like that?
Yes, I do.
Here, your first catch is a 15-pound fish, whereas Glasser's first fish that he reels in is a 13-pound fish. So far, you're in the lead. We're going to do 5 rounds of this until the sun sets. It takes about 20 minutes per as you're waiting, allowing for the fish to bite, not pulling too quickly. You're an expert fisherman as well. You know the patience that it takes for a fisherman to catch its fish. But so far, you are in the lead with a 15-pound fish. Orpheus, what are you doing as Kira and Bean are hanging out? Maybe striking a conversation with Glassfoot about the seas. Kira probably reminiscing, missing home.
I'm just playing with Bean. I have nothing to do.
Yeah, Bean seems very interested in how the fish came out of the water.
Yeah.
Looking very patiently at the fish, expecting something.
There's a market right here, right?
Yeah, the market is like down the street, around the corner.
I'm gonna go buy some fish.
You don't even have to go to the market. There is quite a few different stalls here
Uh-huh.
with fish.
I'm
So
gonna
if you're
buy
looking
some.
for like tiny fish that would, that he would be able to eat, or if you're looking for a big fish that you would cut up and give him pieces or allow him to just try and bite through the scales, it's up to you.
No, I'm gonna let
Um,
him. I'm gonna let him go pick out his fish. I
Okay.
just pay for it.
Yeah. So you let him kind of roam for a moment.
Yeah.
Again, he was very interested in how the fish came out of the water. He was sitting there watching as Gahir put his bait in and wanted to know where the bait went, where he just ate and loves that type of food. It went into the water and out came a big fish. Super fascinated with this. Doesn't seem interested in going to pick out a fish, but he is interested in the fish itself.
Oh.
Kind of sitting there waiting patiently, watching as Gahir maybe sets up his next piece of bait, begins to cast out his lure.
Well, I guess I'll just sit here then. I'm gonna tell
Every time
Gahir.
I redo my bait, I toss a piece of the gator to Bean.
I can't believe be sitting here and watching you.
He's my own little good luck charm.
I don't know where the other guy went. I lost Jahan a minute ago, but I'll be sitting here then.
Orpheus,
Yeah.
roll me a religion check. Then roll me a wisdom saving throw.
That's a nat one.
That isn't that one. Roll me a wisdom saving throw. Please roll high. That is not high enough. You take 5 points of HP damage as something begins to try and call to you, but you are resisting for some reason. So you take 5 points of HP. If you have any temp HP at the moment, it's probably gone. It's been a long rest since you've obtained temporary HP. The rule of thumb that I would like to impose on temp HP for you specifically, Orpheus, I think you're the one that deals mostly with temp HP, is that if you are casting something or you would like to stock up on temp HP, you want to do it right after a long rest. It will last until the next long rest. So, for example, if you wake up and you want to use an ability that gives you temp HP, it'll stay on you until your next long rest or until it gets used up.
Okay.
There are certain builds and things like that that revolve around using it. Some people like to use it before they do that long rest. I personally think that's kind of game breaking. So if you want to do stuff after a long rest, and then maybe take a short rest because you are a sorcerer, you are a warlock, and get your spells back on a short rest, you can kind of work around doing that as well. This would count for a short rest if you're trying to get temporary HP for any reason, because you're not actively doing anything while you're watching Kihir.
Oh. Oh, my head hurts. I guess I'm just gonna sit here and rest and watch you and Bean do your things.
Give me a perception check, Orpheus.
Oh my god, look at this row. 10.
You get a small ringing in your right ear. Not like the ringing the last time, just a small ringing.
Oh. Yeah, I just sit down. Headache.
Okay. Before I go back to the rest of the group, is anyone doing anything of significance that you want to RP into?
Mm-mm.
Or we can fast forward, you guys walking around town. Traherne, you're getting, again, some information about Rosegarden and its history. Again, this is a brand new place for you, Traherne. So learning more about Terra, especially in a city basically full of plants, life, and this would be very interesting to you. But I'll circle around just to double check and see if anyone's doing anything of significance before we return back to Kahir and he finishes his little mini tournament before the main tournament. So Valence, anything of importance or significance that you're doing before maybe fast forwarding to your long rest or evening feed?
That's for me.
Traherne, anything you want to ask the knight or anything in particular that you want to do before fast forwarding to maybe dinner or returning back to Rose Legion?
No, I'm good. I'm just continuing my conversation with him, and I'm sharing stories about my homeland as well.
Okay. Hey, Lindell.
Nope. I went into the bar here. I sat down at a table. Gonna grab a little drink now and meditate
So
on everything that's
the
happened.
tavern is extremely crowded. You're not able to grab a table. However, give me a flat d20. Let's see if you can even get the barmaid's attention. Again, it is extremely crowded. You do. You grab the barmaid. You are able to at least order a drink, but it's so cramped in here that you'd want to drink it outside. And normally that's not allowed, but during the tournament, you are allowed to drink outside as long as you're not outside of Rosegarden walls.
So I'll grab my drink to go and keep on pacing around the city.
Yeah, it is, again, it's moving, bustling. Everything is crowded at the moment. So, yeah. Orpheus, anything you're doing as you're hanging out? I did give you some information about your temp HP, and you
Yeah.
are getting the full benefits of a short rest as long as you don't cast anything after or before. I mean, during.
No. So you get the short rest, right?
Yeah, you'll get a short rest. You can roll hit dice if you want to try and get that 5 HP back.
Okay.
It's up to you. And you do. So you're back to full.
Look at that.
The
Look at that.
Slight headache that you got from the random minus to your HP, the very sharp pain that you received, subsides. The ringing in your right ear begins to subside as well. Roll me another perception check. Ring, 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 ring. You have an incoming call. Ring, 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 ring.
Oh. Still not used to with this. I click on my watch. Accepting call.
Orpheus, it's Daniely.
Hi.
Have you thought about what we talked about?
Yeah, I thought about that. What can sorcerer do?
Oh. Very similar to what wizards and warlocks can do. However, with some added bonuses.
Oh.
You also won't have to rely on other people for your power, or other beings.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'd personally be your teacher, of course.
Yeah. How do you teach me if you're not here?
Well, I'm an elder gnome. I know other ways. if you're willing to learn, instead of feeding at night, for the first time in probably all of your life, you'll go to sleep. And I'll teach you there.
Um, so,
You remember when you went unconscious
yeah.
in my capital?
Uh-huh.
It's like that. You close your eyes, and then you wake up and you feel refreshed.
Oh, I don't understand what that means, but sound nice.
So I'll speak to you during your rest this evening and for the next couple of evenings while we train your mind and spirit to understand its natural beings and its powers that are held dormant within you. And of course, the blood that you drank, my blood, that now runs through your veins.
Okay.
You do have special gifts, you know, Orpheus. I don't know if you've noticed, but every time you've drank blood, you've gained more strength, more power. This isn't just a coincidence. It's a gift that you have. Something that I believe the vampires were worried about.
Okay. So, should I go drink more blood then?
Not necessarily, no. Can't just go drinking other people's blood. That's
Hmm.
not only unethical, but it can have negative side effects as well. Like the side effects of when you drank your mother's blood.
Wait a minute. This is off conversation. We never figured out. And then she just told me. I go back and
So, you don't know this, but Valance knows this, that Murloki was part of the group of Tom Corvus, and Pilth and a couple of other adventurers, where they actually were hunting your mother, or at least the party of your mother and Ulrich and a couple of other vampires, your cousin or your uncle. You're not sure which it is at this moment.
No, we know Merlick was a part of it because I was in the book that Orpheus let me read.
Yes.
yeah.
So that was part of that book. So putting two and two together, why Donnelly would know that Merkel is possibly your mother would make sense.
But it wasn't in the book that she came back from the dead from drinking the Everflow fountain, though, right?
No, I think that was specifically towards Valance
Yeah.
from
Okay.
Pilf.
Okay.
It's the assumption of that because that was the information that they received about Aelindel's brother. And I believe Aelindel's brother had mentioned this to him as well.
Aelindel himself. Yep.
Drinking from the Everflow granted him return to life. However, he was haunted ever since.
Okay. My mother. What do you mean by that?
Well, if the creature you're drinking their blood of is also quite strong, not only can they resist, but they could take some of your powers as well.
No.
Which is how
I
Merkel
meant.
escaped.
So you're saying Marco is my mother?
Well, you haven't figured that out yet?
No, I just got the book, the book from my uncle.
And you finished reading it.
And
What was confusing about it that you didn't put two and two together?
well, I killed her myself. How did she come back to life?
There are mysteries in both worlds, young Orpheus. Such things are not impossible. Beings can come back to life all the time. I mean, you've seen the dragon that your friend, Mr. Ulrich, was riding on. That was once a dead dragon.
No, that can be possible. Well, she cannot come back to life.
But she is. And the sooner you come to terms with that, the sooner the conflict in your heart will begin to subside.
Well, you see Orpheus get angry for a second, but then he said, "Okay, I guess I'll talk to you tonight."
Worry not, young Orpheus. Not all evils are without salvation. Some can be saved. Some you can get revenge on. This might be a new opportunity to do either.
Okay. Thanks. Elder Denley.
You hear a very loud yell from Kahira as he pulls out his next catch. Kahira, roll me another rod roll.
So look at that.
Yeah, this time your rod bends as you're pulling it up, as a 24-pound fish comes flying out towards you. You very easily catch it as Glasser pulls out a very small fish, only a 6-pound. Roll me 3 more sets of rolls. See if who's the winner on this as the sun begins to wane and descend in the sky. So there is no possible way that he can beat you, but let's see how close he gets.
Look at that roll.
Pretty close. Not that close. But you do end up with the biggest fish out of them all, and probably the biggest fish you possibly have ever caught, with a 30-pound fish come flying out. I mean, it's up to you how many pounds you want. This was a crit.
A shark.
Just 30 pounds is fine with me. Probably the biggest one, yeah. It's the biggest one I've had to date.
Yeah, it is quite large as you hold it in your arms. You could see young Bean looking up in astonishment at this large fish, maybe probably like 5 times the size of it.
Mhm.
You have bested me, it seems. Isles of Pertania you're from, aren't you?
That I am.
Makes sense. Your tribespeople are legendary in their ways.
But
I concede.
you also had some very good casts. I am impressed.
Well, if I had both my legs, it wouldn't be a contest.
Wow, this got dark.
Come. It's time for you to collect. A fisherman never goes back on his word. As he kind of leads you back to the main docks.
Has the of course Aaron's not at her thing, and so now it's ringing.
What's that
Sorry,
sound?
we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, and then
Are those
we'll
the
get back to your
gods
point, all right?
calling down to us?
Huh?
The sound.
There's your ringing, Orpheus.
That's Denley again calling.
Danley's calling you.
It's like Kim Possible.
We're
Calling
gonna
this
take a
up.
quick 5-minute break. We'll be back at 8:45. See you
Okay.
guys in 5.
All right.
or dinner? Some
What
mod.
is it? Oh, mod pizza? Yeah, we have that down here.
Fucking.
Right, I'm
It's quick
back.
and easy.
There's about
You're
50
not-
people, so Seth,
We're live, Danger, just chatting. So just
We're back?
FYI. Oh yeah, we're on. Yeah.
okay, cool. Welcome back. Bring you guys back onto the map.
My
You're not my real
toe.
dad.
Your toe.
Again, Kihir, a small crowd did begin to circle around you guys. Glassfoot is quite popular, quite a popular fisherman. But you very much bested him in this mini tournament. You retained 50 gold from your bet, along with 10 gold that as you were passing by with this large fish, people walking up and touching it and making sure it's real. You didn't do any tricks, and very impressed with your angler skills. A couple people put some money either in your pocket or on top of the fish, and was like, for luck, congratulations, so on. So in total, 60 gold. You can add that to your character sheet, along with a 30-pound fish, whatever type of fish that you prefer outside of Britannia. You can
Not a
probably string
fish
it up.
from
There is
Terra.
plenty of
Magikarp.
rope and hooks where you can kind of hook it and throw it on your back and allow people to admire as you're walking past.
Yep, I'll rig it to my back and just kind of proudly walk through the streets with it as we're walking back.
Joke's on everybody else. The fish is actually one from the other side, Niflheim.
Portal under the sea.
Ariel's having a
Never know.
field day down there.
It is getting dark out. Everyone want to head to the Ebon Rose for dinner, or would you like to go anywhere else? Kihir
I'm
probably
going
wants
to-
to prepare
I'm
that
going to go
fish.
back to the Ebon Rose to prepare and feed not only our group, but the guards in the area as well.
Yeah, most likely I'll probably be able to feed the entire Ebon Rose Legion with that thing. Maybe not everyone, but a good portion.
Have a really nice big old fish fry for everybody.
Yeah, you did catch quite a few other fish. So I think 5 in total, in
Yeah.
varying sizes, and they're all quite large compared to normal, maybe 5 to 10 pound fish that you would normally use to cook with. So
I would
you do have
donate
quite a few
those.
large ones.
I'll take the 2 biggest to feed feed everybody at the Legion as well as our group, and the rest I'm going to donate to various local merchants.
Okay.
Just as my contribution to their wares and kind of notoriety among the area.
Cool. Yeah, they very happily accept. Again, it is quite popular. So anything that is given will probably be given back to the crowds and, populated with the stalls of all different vendors throughout Rosegarden. So they tell you that, and they thank you for your service. And a couple of them definitely recognize you from being from Britannia and is not necessarily not impressed, but they understand why you probably bested old Glassfoot.
And then I'll just string up the 2 and carry 1 in each hand and start heading back to prepare our meal.
Everyone else heading back as well. Orpheus, what would you want to say?
But no, I pick up Bean and follow.
Again, Bean is definitely eyeing up the largest fish. Maybe digging a claw into your shoulder if you're holding him on your shoulder or whatever.
Oh, ow.
In excitement.
Hey.
Val and Strahern, AO, also heading back towards Ebon Rose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Meow.
Lauren, I gotta replace your token. Yeah, you guys arrived to the Ebon Rose Legion. doesn't look like anyone is here outside of the normal Ebon Rose Knights. Looks like Tom Corvus is missing. Biggs Levantine is missing. Anyone
right
else that
there.
was here before? I know you see them. Oh yeah, he is here. He's still here. But everyone else outside of Biggs is out and about doing whatever they're supposed to be doing the night before the tournament starts officially. Probably preparing in their own way. Kahir, again, you enter into the kitchen. I believe the last time you also cooked something up. Someone did. I think Traherne did. So the Ebon Rose Knight looks over to you and then continues with doing his normal thing. Understands that you guys are with Valent, so you're allowed entry into the kitchen to do whatever you need to do. Looks like Bean is very interested in what you're cooking. Smells good.
Not to mention the fact that I'm carrying 2 giant freaking fish.
Kahir, you hear a knock on the door as Biggs kind of peers his head in.
Hey, this is my room. Come on in.
I smell fresh fish.
I just pulled these out.
Got some extra spare?
I'm gonna make up a nice big batch for the entire legion.
I'll let the men know.
Please
We'll
do.
gather in the mess hall to the south. Here, let's do
That's a
4D,
noise.
1d20 times 4.
That's the noise of being disagree with that conversation. By the way,
I think he here overestimates how big a 30-pound fish is.
He caught 5 different fish. That's just the largest.
Oh,
been looking at the biggest one.
So you want 40 20 rolls?
Yeah, let's see how good you cook all these. 5d20, sorry. So
Oh,
1d20
no.
times 5.
What's that?
18, 18, 15, 18, 19.
Yeah, I mean, you cook these expertly. Very well cooked.
Gathering flour and herbs and chopping up vegetables and just adding it into like a nice big frying off the fish.
Bean kind of, you know how like cats like to knock things off of the ledge? Bean kind of continues to claw at the salt, moving it closer to your dish.
Yes, little bean. I'll make sure the salt gets in. Don't worry. Here, have a scrap.
Eats it up quickly.
not gonna be your cat much longer.
Hey, it's everybody cat.
All right, after maybe a half hour, 45 minutes of cooking up all this fish,
Oh,
Biggs again enters back in. Need a hand bringing it out.
Yes, please. Give me 2 other guys. We'll set all this out.
Yeah,
There's
so
vegetables and fish and sides.
yeah, it's been a while, Valent, since you've been in the mess hall with the rest of the soldiers, so this brings back some memories to you. Good times. As the knights bring out the food along with Biggs, and everyone gets served. Again, a nice helping of fish, some sides, some greens, a veggie platter for you, Traherne.
I like my veggies.
No, he likes meat. He likes his meat. Don't let him lie.
I only like.
Nice gravy for the weird little elf and some fish and potatoes and hearty stuff for the men.
Give him some fish. Just tell him it's fine. Just tell him that it's seaweed or something. I don't know.
I only like meat when I'm role playing as a wolf.
Not yet.
In bed.
Soon.
Get him drunk enough to start changing shapes.
Everyone except for Traherne, roll me 1d6.
me?
Everyone except for Traherne. Anyone who's eaten the fish.
Please better be good. Oh my god, I'm allergic to
The
fish.
number you rolled is a temporary HP that
Oh.
everyone will receive that will last until the end of the day tomorrow. Special temp HP from the expert cookings of Kahir, which will benefit you guys on your first round of tournaments. And also if Orpheus gets mind drained again.
The power of fish oil and omega-3s.
The bean
Smart
roll.
heart platter.
There is plenty of ales, drinks, no hard liquor, as the knights do need to continue their duties. But there is some nice ales, some dark, some light. Looks like possibly a couple from Manticore's Tavern. I've also been gathered onto the table in some small barrels, so you guys can tap it and continue to enjoy your meal. Biggs stands up, lifts a glass. To Valence, Kahir, good luck on your first round tomorrow. And the knights all stand in unison and raise a glass.
I stand and lift my glass.
I join.
To victory!
To victory and honor. To victory and honor, they all repeat. And everyone begins to take a swig. It's up to you guys if you want to fast forward through the rest of the meal and night activities, or if you guys just want to give me a summary and then head to bed, and we'll start the tournament
Am I drunk?
right away. Depends on how much you're drinking.
I don't know. I did drunk. Am I drunk?
Roll me a Constitution saving throw with advantage. This is not like super strong ale.
Nice.
No, you're fine. Very good tasting. You had the lighter of the two ales.
Okay.
Maybe
Well-
something that's brewed locally here in Rosegarden.
I haven't thought about this before. Have I show you guys what a Lorik look like? No?
What?
No? Have I show you guys what Aldrich look like?
No.
Your
Don't
daddy?
believe so.
Oh. Huh. Well, why not? I disguise self into Aldrich so they can look at him.
Which version? There's two versions. There is the younger one that you actually met. Kahir's also met the younger version, and then there's the older version that came to you in your vision.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do the younger version first.
It's the young one and the Dottie version.
No, the both daddy version.
So very quickly, Orpheus' disguised self grows a pair of wings that kind of curl around his body. Did you guys see the handout I just popped?
Yep.
Oh, it's working again.
How many of these people freak out about the fact that he just changed into somebody who just blew up half the city?
You see a couple of knights begin to stand up and grip onto a sword. But Biggs very quickly ushers them to sit down. It's just a trick, gentlemen. Just an illusion.
And then... Huh. Wait a minute. I think he also looked like something else. Ah, I remember now. And then I disguise again to that older one. I think this is what it looked like. Maybe.
Everyone gets a very eerie chill when they see this older version of Ulrich. Definitely more sinister looking. An extra set of wings besides the first set begins to sprout from underneath Orpheus's disguise.
He also
Some red glowing eyes.
He also there's this aura around him. I also cast minor illusion to show that blood that's swirl around him. Yeah, this feel right. I think this is what he look like now.
And Biggs speaks up. Indeed, this is the, well, I couldn't get quite a good look, but a version, either one, was the one that attacked our city.
There you go.
The description matches on both terms.
And then I just release a spell and put it back to me.
Well, that was interesting.
But here, roll me a history check.
History 5.
You only needed a 4. The first one that Orpheus transformed, is definitely the one you saw when you passed through the portal and ended up in a volcano.
The first one that you turned into, I saw him before we come. Well, where were we going? I mean, I remember where we going, but it was portal to rescue you.
Shh. You're not
Is
Is
supposed
when
to.
you were portal hopping to get out of Merkel's lair, cave, place thing.
Yeah,
You guys all
when
fell
we
asleep.
hit you with table, that place. I mean,
Oh,
when
I remember that
Valence
place.
hit you with table.
Oh, that place.
Yeah,
Group effort. Group
me-
effort.
Ah.
He saw that first one that you said. He talked to me. Very hot place. Lava. Not recognize it though.
Am I
but
drunk
he
at this
talked to
point
me.
yet?
Are you drinking a second glass?
Yeah.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw. Normal. Yes, you are quite drunk.
And
Oh
then
man.
when you guys started talking, and then you see Office start like a teary eye. It's like I remember that place. I was walking and I lost my soul to the dragon, and then the table hit my face.
But you still have your soul gem. Don't forget that. It is quite rare and
No,
expensive looking. Something you definitely want to continue to hide
wasn't it in
in
a?
plain sight.
Wasn't it in?
We never
wasn't
did.
it? Wasn't it in the skull?
No, it was removed from a skull and turned into a huge diamond.
Ah, that's right.
He told you he knew how to take him out, but didn't know how to return him back to the body. So you have what you call a soul gem. Or that's what he called it. And I believe the information you got in regards to soul gems is to speak to the elder elves,
Yeah.
which is a side quest at the moment. You can add that to your notes. So back to Kahir and Orpheus now speaking about Ulrich. And then Orpheus reminiscing to how he got hit with a table.
But like I said,
Some of the knights begin to laugh at the sound of you getting hit by a table, Orpheus.
he talked
We've
to
all
me for
been
a while,
there.
but we not know where he was. It was the room, kind of like this, but lava flowing, runes, blood runes, and the portal behind me.
I guess you could say it was kind of like a room. It was more of an open space with a door
Yeah.
behind him. But yes.
Yeah, it wasn't like this where it was worked stone. It was more like a cavernous area with a man-made door behind him.
Definitely a place that Kier has never been to. However, Orpheus, you should recognize exactly what Kahir is talking about. This is the same place that he's describing that was in your first vision when you obtained your crystal for the first time.
Yeah. So, did he do something to you? Did he do anything to you?
Not to me, but he did say to tell you he said hi.
Oh,
Some little body's gonna see you soon. But that was some time ago, so me stopped listening.
oh. I haven't heard from him for a while now. Anyway.
Are you
Okay.
still drinking, Orpheus?
Yeah. That's why.
Roll me another con save. With disadvantage. Oh, you're fine. You're still drunk, but you haven't passed out.
Ah.
Some of the other knights continue to drink and enjoy the foods. A lot of them thank you, Kahir, for the meal. Some of them will raise a glass to you, the cook, along with the other cook that was also preparing some of the side dishes. And thanks.
I just raised my glass and says, to our safety, the protection of the town, and our thanks for your hospitality here.
To Charlotte for the tides to bring in such a great fish.
To Charlotte!
To Charlotte! And they all drink. Again, they begin to finish up their meal and clean up. Some of them come up to General Valance to give some reports, some random reports. Town's doing okay. Borders are holding up well. No major issues within the city walls. You get a full report now that you're back officially, Valance. Nothing of note outside of, the destruction and the fighting and the stuff that happened a few weeks ago now. So nothing of note to report. Things are going well with the tournament. Gold income is excellent. You guys very desperately need it to begin rebuilding some of the noble districts, as the nobles are now staying within the walls of the Citadel. So good stuff, good reports so far. Nothing out of the ordinary, though.
Excellent.
Fahern, the cook, informs you that there will be a fresh pot of coffee at 6 a.m. To ensure that at least someone wakes up to retrieve it for the rest of the group, so you guys are ready for the day tomorrow. Again, the tournament does start tomorrow quite early. I think I said 9:30, 10 o'clock. So they'll be brewing quite early to ensure you guys are up and ready and situated for the tournament.
Okay. I will volunteer to pick up the coffee.
Yeah, it's the same guy that you spoke about last time about the pot and making the coffee and so on. So
I don't want to talk about the pot, but
the guards all return to their posts or to their resting quarters as you guys finish up and clean up after yourselves as well. And we can fast forward the rest, and we'll pick back up to the morning if you guys would like.
What the fuck?
Balance is now off the map. There you go.
Thank you.
Totally up to you guys unless you're doing something ahead of time.
I have an early morning, so I go and start getting ready to rest and
Yeah, start taking off your armor, relaxing,
making sure there's
shining
nothing, nothing kinked in it or anything like that.
Yeah, inspecting your new armor, it looks actually kind of cool how some of the dwarven plate is meshed and attached to the top of your own plate. There is some leather underneath to ensure that there's no clanging as you're walking, with the new plate on top of your old plate. It looks kind of cool. There is some splashes of gold underneath from the dwarven plate But for the most part, it is still that same wash that you had originally. Again, you can make it look however you want. I don't think we went into specifics.
Well, I'm not as much of a sorcerer as Radix.
What's everyone else doing? Everyone else heading to bed as well?
I think I pass out. I
You
think-
pass out at the table.
Yeah, as always.
Yeah, as you pass out, there is a conversation that happens between you and Danley, but we'll keep that outside of the game,
Okay.
and I'll talk to you about that during the week. Every night for the next 5 nights, this will happen to you, Orpheus. Whether you forcibly make yourself go to sleep by getting drunk, or by some other means of being able to go to sleep, since you can't physically do it yourself, you will need to find a way to do that. You mistakenly did it tonight, which is perfect.
Oh.
You drank yourself to sleep. Congrats. But you will need to find a way to. This is lesson 1, basically, is that in order for you to continue to train with Danley subconsciously, you'll need to be able to enter the subconscious world, which is by going to sleep. And you're not able to do so by yourself. So you'll have to find ways to do that.
Okay.
And Bean kind of curls up next to your head to give you some type of pillow. Aaron also heading to bed.
Yep, heading to bed.
Swim
Yep.
also heading to bed.
Yep.
Okay. Again, I'll fast forward you guys through the morning. First thing that happens is Traherne very quickly wakes up at the smell of coffee. Again, Traherne, you don't necessarily sleep. You are in a trance for 4 hours. You're probably the first one up anyway, along with Eolindel. As you guys wake from your trance, Orpheus is not in the room. He never exited from the mesh hall, or the mess hall. Mesh hall. He was passed out at the table, so you guys left him there. Traherne, I'm assuming you said you were going to go prepare the coffee and ensure that there's enough for everyone. Maybe get some breakfast foods for the group.
Gotta leave it to the
All that fun
expert.
stuff.
Yep.
Is anyone going to retrieve Orpheus from the mess hall? Eolindel's just chilling,
In the morning.
maybe praying.
Dylan. Yep.
Coffee was up here, right? In the kitchen?
Yeah. Orpheus,
Yes.
it is now 8:30 a.m. as your watch goes off. Blip, 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 blip. Seems like someone set an alarm for you.
Oh. To turn off? My head hurts.
Yeah, as you say turn off, it turns off.
Oh, I did not go do this. Very interesting. Wait.
For the rest of the group, again, Eolindel's already awake. Valance and Kahir, you get your full long rest. If there's anything that you've used since your last long rest, you now receive it back. Same thing for the rest of the group. Again, the temporary HP that you got from the meal is still there. It will diminish by the end of today. Any last minute preparations, please make so before heading out to the tournament grounds. Again, here you were told that your potions will be ready ahead of time. Valance, your potions will also be ready ahead of time, but you still need to pay some gold in order to be able to pay back Dr. Camille, as she wasn't able to pay fully for ingredients for 2 participants, which you had agreed on. I think it was a small amount, like 50 gold or less, something like that. It was whatever you had remaining. I don't think you had too much left on your character sheet after going shopping.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't have much.
So it was a pretty decent.
I still have 100 gold left,
Discount.
but
I think it was half of whatever you had remaining left.
yeah. I ended up getting 100 for something. I don't remember though. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. At the end of the tournament as well, Valence, you do have your normal salary that you get monthly. So
Uh-huh.
you will get that before leaving Rosegarden or moving on to your next task. So just remind me.
Okay.
You do have to go pick that up. And that'll be at the actual Citadel.
Ooh, salary.
I mean,
I'm a
this
salary
is
man. Come at me.
his hometown, and
I don't have
you know, he does
salary,
get paid.
but I have celery.
First of all, you literally have a prince right there. You're good.
Oh, hey Johan,
Yeah.
can I get a cup of coffee?
Sure. What do you want? What kind?
I don't know anything. My head hurts.
I got white mocha. I got regular mocha. I got peppermint.
Just give me
I
one.
have coconut.
Just give me one, please.
Okay. Here you go.
Thanks.
Bean begins to sniff up at the peppermint one.
Oh no. No,
Here you
no,
want.
no.
I start to bend down.
No,
towards Bean,
I hit the hand away.
and it,
No, don't
like
kill
the hand
him.
that has the coffee.
No.
You hit my hand that has the coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where
Yeah.
it spilled?
No.
You're gonna have to do a saving throw
Shut up.
for the hot coffee.
Orpheus very quickly snaps his fingers, maybe, and whatever it's called, imagination spell,
Yeah.
the one that cleans things up,
Yeah. Disappear.
makes it disappear.
Anyway.
As Bean was trying to look it up.
That bin. No coffee.
Cats can have coffee.
At this moment, we're going to take another quick 5-minute break as we are going to now enter into the tournament. So I want you guys for the full hour to be able to do what you got to do. Hopefully, we'll get through both matches, so you guys will see the outcome of the first round. So another quick 5-minute break, and then we'll play for the rest of the session. I'll see you guys at 9:25.
I'm never ready.
Welcome back. Is there anything anyone wants to do before heading over to the tournament grounds?
Nope.
Finish my breakfast of celery.
What's that spot that Biggs is standing on? Is that just like an idol or?
Yeah, it's so it's almost like a training circle where knights will spar.
This
Okay.
one knocked out dies.
Looks like he's
Oh,
like sweeping up and cleaning it up in the
Okay.
last sparring session.
I'm gonna stop at the little chapel there below him and just kind of offer a prayer to Charlotte to grant me strength, grant fairness, and just to watch over the tournament as a whole.
Cool. Roll me a religion check.
wow.
Feeling very religious today.
That 20 roll.
Crit on either side, by the way.
Here, look on your character sheet, top left. You have an inspiration die.
Nice. I got it back.
Anyone else want to do anything before we continue? You guys head out.
No, I did my meditation, Dion, before I went to bed.
All right. As you guys approach, again, you hear the rumbling of the stadium as the crowds begin to shuffle and gather inside. Again, Kahir, Valence, you guys are ushered to the side. Kahir, you are granted entry regardless of not having a ticket, being a contestant. You actually have the invitation. There was a copy given to you, the same copy that was given to Valence. You show that, and they allow you to also enter the stands should you wish to watch the rest of the matches up until your match.
Nice. That's where I'll go then to cheer on Valens.
And Valence, you are ushered quickly to the side, into the waiting rooms. Again, the stadium is almost trembling with how many people are here. The anxiousness of the tournament starting. Valence, as you're in your waiting room, you can feel from above you the shuffling of feet, the pounding of feet as they're hitting the ground, and anxiety waiting for you to come out along with the other contender. They almost feel like they're all pounding in unison.
I'm just starting to get a little amped.
Valence, you're very quickly ushered to the opening gates with Pilth behind you. Pilth will shout to you throughout the fight should you need some assistance or guidance. However, it is all on you. It is a 1v1, and you are being ushered out to the middle of the stadium. In front of you, you see, again, a slender-looking elf, very reminiscent of Eolindil's features. However, half of his face is covered, almost Kakashi style from Naruto, where it's covering like his whole left side of his face and eye. In front of you stands Thrandor. And as you enter the center of the ring, the announcer again announces, and enters Valence, Kaligas Dragoon. And you enter into the arena.
I just lift my spear up over my head as I walk in.
Valence, as the number 1 seed, you have the pleasure of rolling the first die of the tournament, and a huge 20-sided die reaches the center of the ring. Go ahead, give it a punch. As you run up to it, roll me a d20 as you punch the shit out of it. 9. All right, give me a second. I need to copy everyone that's on here. Let me zoom out. Swim for the stream and
Yeah.
everyone else as well.
What about it?
Make sure you're at 100%. I think it's probably the best map size.
I am.
Water combat.
What's your roll number 9? Let's see.
Water combat. Water combat. Water combat. And Valen will sink.
All right. I'm gonna bring you guys over to another thing here. Just give me a second.
1,000. Man, these New Yorkers, they don't know their time. First he asks for 2 minutes, gets it done in 30 seconds. Asks
This
for 1
is-
second,
Wait.
takes 2 minutes.
Enchanted statues.
The
Statuettes.
entire stadium begins to shift and change as Valence's number reveals a 9. Again, above you guys, each of you, is a huge screen kind of thing in the center of the stadium that begins to come down. And in bold letters across in common, reads the words Enchanted Statues Arena. The dice again returns back towards the announcer. And Valence, you are ushered to your side, along with Thrandor to his. And the announcer once again speaks up. This is a melee tournament, 1v1. Self-casts are allowed. No ranged abilities or weapons. Fighters, are you ready? Looks to you, Valence.
Oh, my spear. We'll bring it back down.
Fighter, are
Go
you
combat
ready?
position.
He looks towards Thrandor as well. I'm going to lower the music a little bit.
So as Ted's saying, "Foot, are you ready?" and looking at Thrandor, you see Erlindo literally just take his finger and point right at Thandor Huff. And since he's familiar with the person, he speaks very softly underneath his breath. "You're going down by one of my friends." And he uses message so that it rings in Thandor's head.
Very quickly, you see Thrandor shoot a look around, and you get a message back. I believe with the spell message, you can receive a
Yes,
message
you can
back.
message
Is that-
back. Yep, that is correct.
And very quickly, you hear the words, "Go fuck yourself." And we need initiatives, Mr. Valence.
Initiative. Let me click my character so I don't fuck it up. I rolled a
Very
1.
quickly, Thrandor pulls out a longsword. Actually, do I have a handout of what this guy looks like? I do. Did that work for everyone?
Yeah.
Yep.
He looks a little less bloody than he should, though.
A very long, curved longsword, black in color, is hoisted up. And Valence, in front of you, almost instantly, appears Thrandor to your right side as a set of attacks come flying in towards you.
Sentinel.
Okay, what does that do? Let's get some stuff in the chat.
Boop.
Okay, so this is when he's entering from 10 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I get an attack of opportunity.
So you have to hit in order for his speed to become 0, correct?
Correct.
Okay, roll your attack.
Ooh.
Traherne leans over to Orpheus, and I'm just like, "Hey, who did you vote for, or who did you bid for?"
Valence, of course.
Okay.
Roll me damage.
So 13.
Yeah, Valence, show them your long spear. Very
Cool.
long.
Very quickly, Valence, although he's moving quite quick, You pull back your lance, let it expand as you normally would, and just swing forward.
Yeah,
You
swing broad.
cut- you cut very quickly into his arm as he goes to dodge, and he almost trips as he stops and reassesses what happened. It is your turn.
Oh, there's something I didn't add. Hold on. Give me 30 seconds, sorry.
You also have a +1 bleed stack.
Yep. You want me to roll that? Right
No,
now?
that'll be on his turn.
Okay. I just had to double check something. What level are we?
You're a different level than everyone else.
We are different level now.
Okay. Yeah, I just had to add in my level 3 Divine Smite stuff.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Oh, I didn't have that on there for any of these. Shit. So anytime I'd critted previously, I didn't have that damage input for my Divine for when I smite. Okay. Sorry.
And Bowens whips out his 4 straight 4 stam leather belt and smacks it across the head.
I follow through. I pull the blade back. I bring it around. Attack again.
You have multi-attack, correct?
Yeah. Did you want me to roll all of them? I don't think
Yeah. Whenever you're taking the attack action, if you get 2 attacks per turn, then you roll your 2 attacks at the same time.
Oh
Okay.
no!
The first one hits.
1 hit, 1 crit fail.
You drop your weapon.
Roll me a d20.
I'm not gonna take a crit fail. Fuck that. I'm gonna use my 7 from earlier.
Okay. So it's just a miss then?
Yeah.
So 1 hit. Roll me damage on the 1 hit and let me know. Yeah, so you're using smite and everything, correct?
Yep.
A 24, 33.
Yep.
God damn. Yeah, what part of the body are you aiming for with this attack?
Straight at the fucking. I'm swinging around, so I brought it around to the other arm.
Yeah, so so this is the arm that's currently holding his longsword. Again, he has no shield or anything else. Just looks like a longsword. Very quickly, you could see the glint of maybe like a flute or something on his back, but he's currently not using it. As your lance begins to slice through the top of his arm, you also continue through and slice part of his cheek, the part that's covered, revealing the rest of his face. A very hideous scar from forehead down to ear, along with the bursted eye, is revealed. You can see as he's looking back at you in shock, there's literally nothing there. It's just an empty eye socket.
Ah.
I just kind of stare. I'd stare at him for a minute. I'm like, well, didn't mean to ugly up the ring.
Ah.
Anything else on your turn? You still have movement.
No, I'm content with where I'm at.
Okay.
I feel like it'd be a
Brandor.
complete dick move to move outside of Sentinel range again.
Why not? It's part of your character.
I know.
Part of your build. Thrandur, in shock, quickly lowers his sword, begins to focus on it. And Valence, again, this is something that Pelt had explained to you before. He doesn't reach for the flute on his back, but from the sword itself, it begins to hum and vibrate as something begins to fill the air with sound, almost like a humming. Comes from the sword. 2 things happen. First, a bonus action, he's going to very quickly healing word himself because he got fucked up. He's going to cast this. What level can he do? Level 4. Ignore the top number, so that's only 11. And balance.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. All of a sudden, Thrandur begins to appear. And now there's 4 different Thrandors.
Oh.
Hey, that's cheating!
As he casts something called Mirror Image. If you do take the attack action on your turn, these things are just kind of like shadows. So I'm going to just put a marker on the actual real one. You do know which one's the real one, but he can kind of like shift and substitute them depending on what you roll with the d20 on your turn for an attack. So I'm going to mark the real one with a little tool thing there. So the real one is the one in the center that's still 10 feet away from you. So essentially, when you're attacking, you're going to roll a d20 if you were going to hit, and depending on your roll, you're either going to hit or miss. If you miss, it's just because he's putting one of those shadows in front of you, and you'll dissipate one of the shadows. There's 3 in total.
Okay.
We'll do the ruling once you declare an attack, but that is the end of his turn, so it is your turn. Roll me the bleed as well. Currently has 1 stack of bleed.
Bleed is right there. It is.
So it's just 4, minus 4. Okay.
Wow, that is a really bad smite roll.
I don't think you can get smite on a bleed.
You can't. I just had it checked for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You have 2 nat 1 on there.
I know.
It is your turn.
All right, so I'm gonna attack Thrandur.
I'm just gonna move the clones down below, where the mirror
So I roll
images.
So I roll a 20.
So yeah, you have to hit first. Let me see. Each time a creature targets you in an attack during the spell's duration, roll a d20 to determine whether the attack instead targets one of your duplicates. So yeah, roll a d20. You must roll a 6 or higher. So actually, I have to roll it. Okay, so I am successful, but you're still going to use your attack action. You can attempt to attack more than once, right? So each time you target one with an attack, I'm going to have to roll another d20. What's the ruling if the attack would miss, Zeph, on mirror image? Does the mirror image still get dismissed?
Well, he uses his roll to then a duplicate's AC equals 10 plus your dex mod. So whatever their AC is.
Plus dex?
Yeah, plus dex. So if it would miss the mirror image, then no, it doesn't get.
Still misses, yeah.
Okay. Second attack.
Second attack is, do I have to roll again?
You have to roll again, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's each time he attacks. Yep.
Okay, so that's that, but you do hit one, so one has been dismissed.
Okay.
So now I gotta roll an 8 or higher. You doing the backhand attack?
Yep. Oh, that's a bad one.
Just makes it.
And yet you still missed though. So
I know.
anything else in your turn?
I'm gonna take a couple steps back.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Yeah, the crowd is behind you on this one, Balance, as you're attacking. You hear some boos from the crowd. This is cheating. This is bullshit. Why is there 4 of them? Blah, blah, blah. Just like Orpheus said. Again, you guys can participate in the cheering and such between turns. Do whatever you'd like. Let's see. All right, he's going to move up. Again, entering your 10-foot range.
Red Bull.
Attack.
Hit him!
That is a fail. And this is a concentration. Roll me damage. Actually, no. So the attack itself would miss the main character, Zeph.
It still misses. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If a 15 normally wouldn't hit, it doesn't hit.
Okay. Balance. You got some attacks coming in, sir.
Okay.
2 attacks. And a blade flourish.
Dodge it! Get out of the way!
First one is a 26.
Hit. He has disadvantage, so miss.
Oh. Can you give me a reason why? What's the
Cloak of
disadvantage for?
displacement. The cloak of displacement I got.
Is that only on the first attack per turn, or is that all attacks?
I think it's until he's hit for the turn.
Yeah, pretty sure. Pulling up. Because we didn't add it for whatever reason.
While you wear this cloak, it projects an illusion that makes you appear to be standing in place. Yep, there it is.
Okay. Another attack comes in. That's a crit fail. And he is knocked prone.
Are his mirror images also knocked prone?
Yeah, all of them kind of fall down. It is your turn.
It's just a weird dog pile.
However, at the end of his turn, he is going to do another Cure Wounds, or Healing Word, I mean.
Can he do that while knocked prone?
Why not?
I don't know. I was asking. You're the DM.
Oh yeah, he absolutely can. It's 15.
Yeah, you don't have any restrictions while prone. You just have, if you take an attack, a melee attack, you're at a disadvantage, and melee attacks against you have advantage. So
All right, well, I'm
you
attacking.
attack him, yeah, I was gonna say while you attack him while he's prone, you have advantage.
Currently, you have advantage on all your attacks right now.
Not if I miss.
Yep. First one's a miss. Second one is did you roll a second one yet?
Yeah.
Second one's also a miss. No, second one's attack. Should hit, but let's see. 1d20. What do I have to roll higher than?
8.
8. So you pop another one of these clones.
15. Oh, technically, all of them should be gone then. Or you have to roll one more. Because of my first attack.
First attack was a miss.
Don't you have, I declared an attack. You have to roll when I declare an
Yeah,
attack.
but whether or not, it would have been 15 for AC.
Oh,
you
it
would
would have missed it. Okay. Alright,
So
well, that's all
let's
3 of my
see.
attacks. I'm gonna move
What do I got to go higher then?
there.
6, 8, or 11. Okay. So 11 and 15. So you actually just makes it, breaks it. You destroy the last one as well. Got me?
Yep.
So no more clones. Anything else in your turn?
Ooh. Nope, that's it.
All right, Thrandar's going to stand up. And he no longer has any clones. Take this off too. He has a bleed stack, so roll me bleed.
Um,
1. Again, he's going to enter your range.
Back. Miss.
Going to step up and again begin to swing at you.
26 is a hit.
On the hit, again, the sword begins to ring out as it cuts through and strikes true. You take 11 slashing, 1 psychic, and 9 blade flourish damage, which is a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Plus 2 for his fighting style. So the bardic inspiration is a 7. So he's doing a defensive stance now as he swings and hits you. He's going to stand in a very weird stance with the curved blade pointing downwards towards you, almost crossing his body, ready for your next attack.
Okay. And the next.
For D&D nerds, he did defensive flourish. So he now has a +7 to his AC until the end of his next turn. Balance, it is your turn.
All right. So I'm gonna immediately attack. That's a miss.
First is a miss.
That's a miss.
Second's a miss.
That's a miss. Anyway, next round.
Okay. You know. Oh no. So now your cloak is back active again.
Yep. Uh-huh. 14, 11. Got both misses.
It is your turn.
9.
Miss. Miss. Backhand. 17 makes it, breaks it.
I charged my weapon with my power of the light.
Jesus.
29 damage. Bro, you did 21 to me. What do you mean, Jesus?
I know, but that's just the smite damage.
Well,
Where's
yeah.
the rest of your damage? Oh no, this is the backhand. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just the back end of the damage.
Yeah.
So 23
4d8.
plus 6, that's 29. Where do you aim again with this thunderous backhand of your spear?
This one comes right up into his chest.
Yeah, it definitely knocks the wind out of him. I guess aiming almost to the heart. It looks like his heart skips a beat for a moment as he falls to a knee. But again, begins to come back up with the sword. Anything else in your turn?
No. Yeah, I'm gonna move, actually. Boop.
Take an attack of opportunity with a 17.
Miss.
Okay. Let's see, what else does Randor have up his sleeve?
What are these statues? Are they lightsaber?
Balance. You hear a message.
Okay.
Why do you keep running, coward? Aren't you supposed to be a legendary knight in these parts? Don't make me gut you like I gut that one sister.
Oh, you'd think a man with as much wit as you would have any inkling of strategy, boy.
Again, he just raises an arm and kind of tells you to come forward. As he stands again, it is your turn.
I'm gonna take one step forward and thrust.
22's a hit. 18's a hit. 9's a miss. How would you like to kill him? Or how would you like to down him? You have to also declare if you're doing lethal or non-lethal damage.
Kill him! Kill him!
I slash directly across his chest from his clavicle all the way down to his hip.
Continuing the scar from here downwards.
Yep.
Lethal or non-lethal?
Lethal!
I'm gonna do a because I don't remember if lethal is allowed.
It was definitely frowned upon. He would just go into death saving throws, basically. And then you would have an opportunity to finish him if you would like. Basically is what I'm asking.
Believe
So what
in your
happens
Mortally
is-
strength.
wounded, isn't he?
Yeah, so you're cutting across him. Depending on how much force you want to drive your spear into him is dependent on you. If you're driving it fully, meaning letting go of all a full attack, you will down him and he'll go into death saves. At that point, he's going to be unconscious at your feet, meaning if you continue to drive your spear downwards towards him, you can essentially kill him if you'd like. But he is at 0 HP on death saves at the moment.
You should leave it to the D&D dice god and roll a D20.
I'm gonna turn to the crowd and see what their opinion is.
Yeah, I mean, you hear chanting from your comrades, you hear chanting from the crowd. General Valance, General Valance. Everyone's screaming. Said the announcer, and he goes down. Thrandur is down.
You look at Orpheus, his eye all blood red, and he turned to the vampire one. It's like, kill him!
We have our first round winner, Valance Dragoon. Yeah, he is at your feet.
I know. I saw my second attack already rolled too.
Well, turn order is basically done, right? So he forfeits his turn. I'll roll a death save just to be dramatic.
And he died. No!
He makes his first death save.
I'm gonna look at my group, kind of see if I can get a idea from them. We're like seconds into this, him being down.
Yeah,
I move-
it's every 6 seconds he's gonna roll another death save, basically.
I moved next to Alindo and I was like, tell him to kill that guy.
Arundel kind of like doing what he did before. He takes his finger and this time he's pointing it right at Wraith, and he uses message towards Wraith. I guess I'll just PM this to you on Discord.
Oh,
This is gonna take up your 6 seconds, Valance. I'm gonna roll another death save, and then you can respawn. It's a second make. His breathing begins to steady, but he's still unconscious. Blood is still pouring out of him, though. He's definitely down still.
And I'll PM this to Danger to say what I said to him.
I'm gonna collapse my spear and place my hand on his chest, and I'm gonna use enough of my power, of my lay on hands to make him stand again.
You don't have to. You can literally expend 1 HP to stabilize him.
I'll do that then.
Okay. So you literally just touch a finger to him, close
gonna-
up the wound over his heart. Go ahead.
I'm gonna flip him over though, and I'm gonna tie him up with some of the rope I've got. Tie his arms up.
Hey,
Yeah,
let's
some
go.
of the Golden Rose guards rush out towards him and towards you.
I lift a hand as they approach. I'm like, This man's under arrest, and he'll be leaving to return to Nocturne in Niflheim for crimes against the kingdom.
They all give you the normal Rosegarden salute. Yes, General. Shall we
Hurry
throw
to
him
get
into
away.
prison?
Yes, I'm sure he's tended to, though.
They remove the flute from his back. They not only bind his hands, but they cover his mouth as well. Seems like your knights are now accustomed to spellcasters. And they remove his longsword and any other items and garments on him that would seem possibly magical or he can use to possibly escape. We'll assign these under you, and he won't be released or questioned until you go to the jail cell and collect him,
Thank you.
so to say.
I turn to Elendil, and I just kind of give him like a 2-finger salute as I move off the field.
Little nods in respect with Valens.
And the first round is over. What an electric round that was. Thankfully, we didn't go any more rounds, otherwise some of these statues may have come to life. Maybe we'll see the summoning ritual, the enchanted statues, in another match today. Let's continue on. Valence, congratulations. We'll see you in the round following the rest of the tournament tomorrow. Valence, you're ushered to exit where Pilt is standing. Pilt just giving you a quick thumbs up.
The announcer was so loud, it startled Traherne, who was sleeping through the entire thing. Wait, what? What happened? And I look over to Orpheus.
We won. We got the money.
Who won?
We won.
Oh, nice.
And the announcer again speaks back up and begins to bring out the next 2 contestants. We bring out the tournament bracket. Balance. Again, you very quickly rush through the stadium, the underground, and you're led back out to the stands. Whereas Brielle Levy is passing you in the hallway. Again, you get a very quick chill as you pass by her, as she gives you a nod. Again, this is one of the last remaining Crimson Rose Legion members. One of the only ones left, besides General Corvus, or now Commander Corvus, as she is rushing to the battlefield. And I'm assuming you're...
Brielle.
I have to follow your performance there, huh? Oh, here goes nothing. And she, instead of drawing a sword, she waves her hand and a rapier just appears in her hand.
Oh. Well, I'm sure you'll
And,
give quite the show.
I'll do my best, she says to you, as you're ushered back up to your group. And fighting Brielle is Jin Johan. We're going to kind of fast forward this, but you guys will at least witness a quick clash of blows to those of you that may fight Brielle in the second round, aka Valence or Jin Johan. So you'll get a quick glimpse of the fight itself. Again, the fight explodes. Both of these fighters are quite quick. Jin using his fists to punch the air around Brielle, but Brielle's too quick and almost uses her rapier to parry these attacks and send them right back towards Jin. Let's see. I'll give you a hint as to what Brielle uses against Jin. And the stadium was not the enchanted statues. It was the normal stadium, the first one where you guys came out on. So it was just a normal roll. She rolled a 1, Brielle, on her dice roll. So keep that in mind. Number 1 is the normal stadium where you guys entered in and were announced on. And number 9 was the enchanted statues so far. All right.
My
Riel
wounds
Levy.
while I'm out, by the way.
Say that again?
I'm gonna be patching up my wounds and everything after that as well.
Balance. Very quickly, you'll notice that on Brielle's last strike before Jin Johan goes down, a smite attack was launched. Something called Wrathful Smite, which I think you're familiar with.
I am familiar with it.
Other than
About
that,
in every fight.
It didn't look like Brielle was having a tough time with Jin and made quick work. It only lasted 2 rounds of attacks back and forth. Brielle seems quite strong. You couldn't recognize anything else that she threw out on the fight. Self-cast or anything like that. But Jin Johan goes down, and Brielle again raises her arm, waves to the crowd, and the announcer very quickly shouts out to the group. And there you have it. Brielle wins the first round. The crowd kind of goes a little bit crazy. Again, the crowd favors a lot of the Rosegarden tournament knights,
Regulars.
including Brielle. Although Brielle is one of the newer knights to the Crimson Rooms.
Jin dead, right?
Jin is not dead. He is. It was a non-lethal blow, but he is unconscious. Again, the Golden Rose Knights come and collect Jin, and Brielle very calmly walks off. Again, shoots a look towards you, Orpheus, and you get that same chill down your back, and you see the same red glowing eyes you did before.
I'm just mumbling to myself. It's like, surprisingly, you didn't feel the hurt him.
There is a very quick intermission after the first couple of rounds where you guys can go and collect your gold and such. I gave you guys the payouts for the first round, so for those of you that bet on Valence, you can go and collect your gold. So add the amount that you bet.
Me!
And I think I PM'd each of you what you would win.
I won the money.
So for anyone that bet on Traherne, the payout was 1 to 2, so it's 1.5 of what you bet.
Johan.
So Traherne, for example, you bet 200 gold. You now have 300 as a payout.
Me too.
And I also got 50 more gold, so I got 100 from Brio.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take 400.
Yep, if you bet on Brielle, you get that gold as well. All right, let's see. I'm going to fast forward some of the other matches so we can get to years.
Yeah.
So Finn Killahem versus Torbold. Torbold very easily dispatches the Prince of Killahem with his acid short sword. The same short sword you guys witnessed with the fight with the Golem back in Chapter 2. Where he came and swung and like this big cone or this big gloop of like acid shot out. Torbold very easily got through the defenses of Finn's shield using that same acid. The fight between Guy Etch and Tyrant Hellshout. So again, Torbold won on his round, so if anyone bet on Torbold, you won that gold as well. Guy Etch versus Tyrant. It is a very heated battle. However, Guy Etch does lose. Tyrant very quickly. Tyrant is a Warforged, and Guy doesn't seem to find any openings within this Warforged to strike flesh or no flesh underneath this suit of armor, as Tyrant just very quickly dispatches Guy.
Who
He
died?
looked to be reluctant to not dealing a fatal blow. Guy Etch looks really fucked up. Very bloody mess, but he is breathing. As very quickly the Rosegarden, the Golden Rose Knights collect Guy and begin to nurse him back to health.
My friends.
What's that bet?
And now,
The
one of
match-
our most anticipated matches of the evening. We have Goto, the Fist of the Mountain, versus Kahir of Britannia. Contestants, please make your way. Kahir, I'm going to bring you to your chambers where you are currently preparing with Dr. Camille. Traherne, Aelindo, and Orpheus, you are not down here, but Valence, you are granted passage down in here if you want to speak to Kahir beforehand. Ted, the announcer, is waiting on you, Kahir. As Dr. Camille says, okay, your potions are here if you want to grab one. You're only allowed one.
Which ones did we have again? We each got. You said we got 2 pre and then our choice. But I couldn't find the list of the other.
Your choice was the potion of haste,
I know I picked
right?
the potion of speed, but I don't remember what the other 2 potions were.
There was one. It was a healing potion. Hold on, let me open it up. D&D right up. Meow. You have a potion of Death Ward. It's not called that. It's called Potion of Second Chance. You have Potion of Superior Healing, which is an 8d4 plus 8. And 1 Potion of Choice.
Okay, that's what it was. It was the death ward.
Put this all in the chat for Valence as well. Since Valence, you would have had a potion, but you really didn't need it for the first fight. So you have an extra potion for your final rounds. But those are your potions.
Which ones are?
So you each have 1 potion of Second Chance, which grants the effects of Death Ward. Basically, it's like a free stop at 1 HP potion. For the first time you would drop to 0 HP. 1 potion of Superior Healing, which is an 8d4 plus 8. And then Valence, you need to choose a potion of choice that's value is less than 1,000 gold. And that's on the potions list provided in the Discord.
Is the potion of speed one of those?
Yep.
That one.
So same thing as Kahira would be a potion basically of haste or a potion of
Yeah.
speed. Okay.
Because basically, I want to hurt them more than they're going to hurt me. Because I'm defensive as fuck right now.
Cool. So Kahira, you choose one if you want to bring one out with you. Better to have it as a backup just in case to attach to your belt. If you don't use it, you'll be able to use it next rounds.
Yeah, I'll take the superior healing with me for this
Okay.
round.
Dr. Camille, again, very quickly attaches it to the side of you. Just pull here if you need it. It'll drop and you'll be able to grab it quickly. Best of luck.
Thank you, my lady.
She grabs your arms and gives you a quick kiss to wish you luck. For luck. Go get him.
I'll do my best. Thank you.
And you
He'll turn with this big shit-eating grin on his face and say, "Ted, take me to the ring."
hell yeah. Here. Bam. And where is Goto? There he is. All right, bring you out. Okay, once again, the stadium is electric at this moment. This is one of the fights that have been hyped, along with Valence's. You could feel the rumbling of the stadium, the chanting from the crowd as you're coming out. There's shouts of chants of Kahir, chants of Goto. Some of the fishermen have showed up. And now, the champion of Killahem Kingdom, Kahir of Britannia. As you arrive, the crowd goes nuts. Again, you see some of your friendly fishermen to your right of you, down by Runar.
I'll point with my spear and, just kind of gesture towards them.
Yeah, the D20 very quickly slides across and points towards you, Kahir. Young Kahir, please punch the dice. And roll me a D20.
Punch it! Oh,
It very quickly slides across, hits
here
the
you're
column,
wasting all your 20s. Jesus.
pops up, and lands on 20.
What a comeback!
Instantly,
Carrots.
Godo disintegrates. Oh,
Carrot
shit.
filled, carrot
Okay.
filled, carrot filled.
Hold on.
Carrot field's a 1. Carrot
If
field's
it's
at
a
that
car-
1.
If it's a carrot field,
Field
I'm
of carrots.
throwing it at your herd.
This is going to be rough. Okay.
What a comeback!
Man.
And now we're fighting in Ulrich Daddy's lair.
I have to move everyone on to this other map. Give me a second.
All at once, Tofu's like, oh, this is not where I want to be.
Oh.
It's beginning to look a lot like carrots. Everywhere you fall. When you get
Ow.
one up your butt, you'll never want one again.
You hear the arena begins to shift and change.
Yes, what
Fucking knew it.
Head the announcer very quickly announces, Kahir, Goto, the fight is not with each other. You must work together to fight the Kraken. Whoever survives wins. Should you both be able to take out the Kraken, you both will move on to the next round. Best of luck, gentlemen.
Wait, how does that affect our bets?
Oh shit.
If they both win, it's just paid out to both.
Okay.
I want to use Valence's roll of a 7 to change the map.
Wait, I don't
very
see your
quickly,
roll.
Goto looks at you. Oh, Goto, no, think this was going to happen.
Wait, did you roll? I didn't
Wasn't
see
my
your roll.
ideal match either, but I think
Oh.
we can do this.
Roll some initiative.
Gym leader Misty walks out.
Funny. Wait,
You changed me to a 13.
the Kraken
What is my Kraken? Hold on.
roll a 30.
God.
You know it's serious when Kahir gets his pencil out.
I'm thinking no.
Well, I was writing down the stages, so I was like, oh,
I did have the Kraken. Where is it?
Kraken.
Sorry, I gotta find where the hell I put the character sheet for Kraken. There he is. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. You were 13, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, you said it already. Cool.
I wanna be the Kraken.
Again, the goal is not necessarily to destroy it or beat the Kraken. The goal is to be the last one standing. So, here, I don't know if you would think this way. Goto doesn't look like he's thinking this way as he's gearing up maybe to go towards the Kraken. However, Kahir knows that this is also a tournament. So whether Kahir fights the Kraken or Goto is up to him. It's not against the rules to beat the crap out of Goto, or fight the Kraken alongside. Cool.
Ahern
Got
shouts
out of
out
the
to Kahir. I bet you wish you had that death spear now.
Yeah. Oh, I had different music on. Hold on. Okay. First to act is the Kraken. Has some attacks come flying out, some tentacles. Let's see, how many actually come out on this? 3 tentacle attacks, each of which can replace with fling. Okay. So, let's see. Here, roll me 1d2 to see how many tentacles come flying at you. Cool. 1 tentacle towards you. You take
Ow.
25 bludgeoning. And it is not actually going to grab you, as 2 more tentacles come flying at Goto. However, Goto moves very quickly. Only one of these actually hit him.
What the fuck does he have higher than 30 AC?
He doesn't. He has something else. But the second one hits. He can only do this once. And he's going to take 20 bludgeoning.
Jesus. And the
where's
target,
his-
they crap balls.
It's 20. Cool. Okay, here, it is your turn.
Well, I instantly roar into a rage as I grip my pike and my glaive and get all pissy that the tentacle just walloped me. And then I bum rush the Kraken.
Go for it.
Keep my 10 feet. Nice little platform here. And I will, my bonus, so I'll do my 2 attacks.
Ooh. Double hit?
Obviously, recklessly, so, you know.
Oh, yeah. Didn't even need it, but yeah. And back end as well? Or no, because you used your
No,
bonus action to
bonus
rage.
action to rage. So,
What's the total?
it's 20, 31, 34.
The Kraken doesn't even notice. As you
I'm
slice
sure
into
not.
this, some very weird black ooze comes out of like one of the tentacles that you were able to reach, or towards the side of the front of this thing. But again, this thing is gargantuan. It doesn't look like what is in front of you is the full thing of it. It looks like a lot of it is underwater, as you can see all the tentacles around the arena. But it doesn't seem like it's moving on its own. It looks like it's being controlled. Give me a perception check here. Not too sure who's exactly controlling it. Seems like this is part of the tournament, though, for sure. Doesn't look like this is like a creature that's going to destroy the entire tournament grounds or anything like that. You're not in immediate
Right.
danger. Looks like this is part of the tournament. As Goto mirrors you, comes flying up, and lets out a series of blows. And there's going to be quite a few.
Oh, he's a monk.
1, 2, 3, 4.
See that bit? Oh. Oh, I thought Goto.
Here, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
I thought Goto restrained.
Do I see it coming?
You tell me. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Yes, I would see that coming. I didn't even need it. But it's a DC 23, so I'm
it's a
gonna
DC
fail
23.
anyway.
Wait, Goto is not restrained right now?
No,
No, it's-
the Kraken is
can't
not
pass
grabbing
that.
you guys yet.
Oh.
Yes, I'm quite aware. This fight is not meant to be.
That is
Fair.
gross.
You each get hit by this.
Jesus Christ.
Each taking 22 damage. It's not doing 3 because it only sees 2 targets. So minus 22 lightning damage, minus your resistances.
23 dex save? I would have died.
Goto very quickly looks at Yuki here. This is not what me think is what we supposed to do. But I am honored to fight by your side.
Huh? What the shit
Here
is
it
going
is,
on?
your turn.
Methinks there's something else to this too. So me honored to fight by your side as well.
Oh my god.
And Kahir will launch all 3 attacks of the Kraken.
Summon
Oh.
Joker fights the Kraken.
Go for it. Give me-
You've got the 2 lowest intelligence people in this fight fighting a massive
It's not even a
creature.
lot.
They're not gonna be smarter.
Roll me some damages, brother. All 3 hit.
Oh my god. Oh. Yeah, that's a
Oh!
crit. That's a crit right there.
I'm gonna take off the 15. Take off the 17. Give me that last total.
17 again.
The one where you hit the crit.
Oh, the crit.
Yeah. I just need that total.
44.
Nice.
And I will heal for 3 more.
Do it. Goto's also gonna let off a series of blows.
Oh my god.
He's gonna do a bunch though.
How'd you get 44 when it was 34?
Is it 34?
And I've
Yeah.
already minused it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 hit. This one's a miss. This one's a hit. This one's a hit.
AC 18.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The Kraken goes underwater.
Oh no.
The fishing pole.
And passes its turn. Kahir, it is your turn. You no longer see the Kraken in front of you, and the tentacles are currently out of reach of your glaive.
Methinks we're supposed to ignore it and just fight each other. He say we're supposed to work together, but methinks not. I will hold my action and see if I'll hold my attack action. And
Yeah, I
if
gotcha.
Goto steps in range, I'm going to unleash my full attack action as well as my opportunity attack.
Okay. Staying right where you are?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna roll this, but you guys aren't gonna see. I'm gonna whisper roll to myself. Goto looks to you, Kahir. Did you say that out loud?
Yes.
His eyes begin to glow blue. And instead of approaching you, Kahir, he grabs his fist and begins to meditate very quickly to himself. As he just stands there in a very weird pose, with one leg up and his hands in a fighter stance, but not towards you. Behind him, he's staring in this direction. And he says over to you, "Get ready, Kahir, it's coming." As Kahir, I would think your readied action would also apply it to the Kraken. It's up to you. As the Kraken appears behind you in the direction that Goto was looking.
I probably would have readied it to a hostile action, so if Goto approached or if the Kraken popped up, yeah.
Yeah, so it's still within range, so you can go ahead and do all your things.
Yay, 3 attacks.
3 hits. Well, 13, 14, 15.
20 for the
16,
second.
20. And third?
17.
17.
And I'll heal for 3 more.
Yeah, your series of attacks with the cold damage seem to slow down this Kraken a little bit. 2 of the tentacles out of the many of the tentacles that seem to keep coming out of the water are severed and land next to you and fall back into the water. You deal some pretty decent damage to this thing. Goto very quickly looks towards you. Nice shots, Kahir. My turn. Anything else in your turn, Kahir?
Nope.
It's actually Kraken's turn. 2 more lightning storm attacks come flying out. You cannot pass the DC, correct?
Nope. Best I can do is a 21.
Goto's going to attempt to. Can he actually do it? He does have something in regards to Dex. Hold on. Let me get my Dex save. No, he doesn't. So you guys take another 22. Technically supposed to be a roll, but whatever. And Goto is going to unleash some more blows. This time, Kahir, roll me a perception or intelligence check to see what Goto is doing to the creature, since you guys are technically on the same side. You recognize this as an ancient martial form that you have seen in the past, though you don't necessarily practice this type of form of fighting. Something called a stunning strike. So if one of these blows land, he will attempt to stunning strike. Which that first one does land. Second one does not. And third one does not. So the first one is going to be stunning blow. And it must succeed on a con saving throw. What's the DC? Probably more than 20. Yeah. No, it's less than 20. So it is not stunned. Oh, that didn't work out, but me try again. Let's see.
So, if they both beat up the Kraken and both are alive, do they still have to fight each other?
No, they both advance to the next round.
How?
My rules.
They're gonna fight together against one person?
I think we just get a reprieve and come back and beat each other up in a different setting.
I need a cloud. Let's make a cloud. Cloud.
Your cloud can blow away and fuck off.
The Kraken lets out an ink cloud. Roll me a con save. Can you beat a DC 23?
What's up with all these 23 DC
Yes,
saving
if-
though?
If
What
I
the
roll
Dead
fuck?
really
while
high-
underwater.
Oh
You
my
all-
god.
Here, you always want to roll. If there's a crit, I'm going to allow it to be a success regardless.
But it's underwater.
If the Kraken's on the water, which it currently is.
Oh.
Okay, so
So 2 fails, and that's 16 poison damage. Okay, here, roll me a perception check. As it's your turn. Goto's not looking too well. This cloud actually doesn't stay, it's just an attack. It is your turn, Kahir.
I'm gonna do something that I probably forget or regret. But I'm going to shift 1 towards the Kraken. And then I'm going to aim all 3 of my attacks at Goto.
Okay.
18, 19, 25.
The only one that hits is the 25. Goto's currently taking the dodge action as one of his keys on the last attack.
Hmm. 17 damage.
Oof. He is still up, but bloodied. And on maybe his last legs as he begins to wobble. Oh, okay, he is smart. He take advantage, I see, says Goto towards you.
And then I'm going to, before ending my turn, I'm going to take another step back.
Okay. Technically, you guys are all anything. So the Kraken is actually this big. So you guys can move about and not take attacks of opportunity while you're within its
I
threat range.
figured that was going to be the case because like his tentacles could reach us no matter where we're at on this platform.
Yep.
So I just want to be sure that if Goto decides to shift his focus to me, I can get an attack of opportunity.
He is. Goto very quickly looks towards you. Well, it's been fun, my friend. But if you don't hit me here, I think it might be over. As he takes a step forward and enters your threat range. Non-lethal or
damage.
lethal?
Non-lethal.
money.
The Kraken disappears.
You didn't even have
As-
to think about that.
Kihira, how would you like to down Goto?
So as he steps in, Kahir just almost with a partial sadness in his eye looks at Goto and solemnly nods in response to what Goto had said, and he'll just arc his glaive down, and in the middle of the swing he'll flip it on its backside so it's on the blunt and just crash it into his shoulder and just kind of drive him into the ground from there.
Yeah, he absolutely takes a knee. The weight of your strike crushes the platform underneath him. But he is big and brawly. You can feel like a slight push down on his shoulder as you maybe hear a bone or two crack underneath. But his head flops down as he seems to be somewhat unconscious. It was a good fight. And that's it. Kahir is the winner of round 1. And the crowd goes crazy. What a fight indeed. Both these titans had to take on a kraken, but in the end, Kahir was the one left standing. Congrats, Kahir. We'll see you in the next round.
All I had to do was kick the shit out of an elf.
Kahir, give me a perception check. Very quickly under the breath of Goto as he begins to open his eyes towards you, you hear a message to you, a whisper, not like a spell, but he's actually whispering to you. Goto like Kahir. Goto sees something in Kahir that he did not see in other fighters. Goto wants to show Kahir something at Moonlight. Goto invite Kahir here at Arena. Tonight, Goto have gift for Kahir. Kahir, you bring one pointed ear friend from South Niflheim. Elf can help Kahir if Kahir need guidance for Goto's gift. Will you meet me here tonight?
Under his breath and just kind of mock cheering that he won and kind of showing off to the crowd, but under his breath he says, I will, and it was an honor, my friend.
He holds out a huge arm towards you.
And in true manly fashion, I'll grip as far back towards his elbow as I can, his arm being twice the length of mine.
He uses you to kind of stand himself up and then raises your arm to allow you to continue to show off to the crowd. I mean, he's very proud to have been in battle with you here. As the stadium begins to shift and change back to its normal state. And again, Kahir and the group, you guys return to the stands. And it looks like here you've accepted Goto's invitation to meet him back here at the arena tonight.
Yep.
Here you go.
And I'm mildly bloody. I'm not feeling the greatest.
Here you go. Have a bar of slavery-free.
Yes! I want a bar of slavery-free chocolate.
Awesome. And that will conclude today's episode. Starting next week, you guys will witness the rest of the rounds. And then we'll proceed with the aftermath of round 1, the payouts and all that fun stuff. But Kahir did win his round as well. For reference...
Question. The Arcadia one, we don't know yet, right?
Don't know yet. We'll find that out next week.
Everything else we know, I think. Yeah. Or
Yep.
at least the ones I betted on. Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you the official... I'll have a bracket ready for you guys next week. The round 2 bracket. I already have it ready, kind of. I just needed to input the results from your guys' fights. But so far, Valence, Brielle, Torbold, Tyrant, and Kahir have won their rounds. The remaining match is Runar Arcadia versus Urina.
Well, I had a 900 gold payout today, so
Whatever.
profits.
Whatever.
Once again, Ted speaks back up to the crowd. What a match indeed. By my count, Mr. Kahir, Mr. Goto, the Kraken was halfway slain. You both should be proud of each other. You put up one hell of a show for our crowd. And the crowd again roars as today's episode comes to the end. Thank you all for playing, and we'll see you next session. Thanks all.